All right, Shalom. This is Shalomah from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rahak Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, Great Millstone, that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. This is going to be another lesson exposing false doctrine, and this is going to be based off of the Sabbath day. So this is exposing false doctrine part 2. The one I did the other day was based off of the hell doctrine, just going into the scriptures, doing digging a little bit, just basic points to show you what the truth is. Okay, so the Sabbath day, a lot of Israelites and Israelite teachers push that the Sabbath day is on Friday evening into Saturday evening, which is incorrect. The world actually believes that because they changed the times and the seasons. They have a calendar that they go by. All right, so the ancient calendar was measured by the new moons and days that came after that. So I'm gonna read first of all in Genesis chapter 1, and I'm gonna go down to verse 13. It says, and the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. So those lights is talking about here is the sun and the moon, and they're made to measure the times and also to give you signs of certain things that's to come. For example, the scriptures go into the blood moons, and now that we're having all these blood moons, we see that disaster is on the way. So that was another sign that the Lord gave us to look for in these last days. Just last month we had an eclipse. It was a major eclipse. That was a huge sign. And after that, it looks like war. It looks like war increased, and things just got worse throughout the whole earth. Okay, so that was just another sign that the Lord gave us. So yeah, these the lights, the moon, the sun, those are made for like it says in verse 14. So let's read this article. This is the origins of the days of the week. This website is livescience.com, and it goes into the days of the week and where they came from, which like I said, the seventh day, people think that it's Sunday or Saturday. They think Sunday is the first day, but they call Sunday the Lord's Day. How is Sunday the Lord's Day when it's supposed to be on the seventh day? Let's get Isaiah 66 in verse 23. It says, and it shall come to pass that it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord Yahweh. And this is a end time prophecy as well, because it's talking about when Yahweh Shai returns. Okay, as a matter of fact, when you go up a little bit, it's talking about how the Lord is going to come with fire. So this is talking about the what's going to happen, and it's going to be a time that the world put off all of their pagan stuff and different religions, and they're going to understand that the Lord is dealing with the true Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, also the Israelite foreigners that look like the other nations. The Lord is dealing with them. Really, the elect, 1/3 of those nations. He's not dealing with the whole tribe of Israel. 2/3 of our people he's going to destroy. Okay. But back to the point. So the Lord, he said that on those days, that's when you're going to come down and worship him, which, there's nothing wrong with worshiping the Lord every day, praying, giving praise. And on these days, we're going to go into the meaning. On the Sabbath day, that's a day of rest. So let's go back to it in Isaiah chapter, let's go to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2, I believe. Okay, Genesis 2 and 2, it says, and on the seventh day, the Most High ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And the Most High blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all the work which the Most High created and made. All right, let's now go to Exodus. So that's a day of rest. So basically, 6 days you're supposed to work, and on the seventh day you don't do anything. You're supposed to rest, and you can. That's a day to worship, just like I read in Isaiah 66. So let's get Exodus. Let's go to Exodus 16. It's written a few times in Exodus, Exodus 20, Exodus 31. But let's go to Exodus 16 and 25. It says, and Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord Yahweh. Today ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, it is in it there shall be none. Okay, so that's the, and this was given before the commandments. Just commandments started in Exodus 20. But that goes to show you that there was law already established before the Sabbath, because they already knew about the Sabbath. Because when you go over to Exodus 20, that's when you get the commandment starts. So the Israelites were already being taught about certain laws to keep. So let's go down to Exodus 20 and 8. And for those that say they keep the 10 commandments, you don't, if you can't measure the Sabbath day when it's supposed to be taken, all right, when it's supposed to come. Like I said, it's not Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That was off of the Gregorian calendar. And I'm going to get that article next. Here go Exodus 20 and 8. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord Yahweh, thy power. And it shall not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within the gates. For in 6 days the Lord had made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So that's a separate day from the rest of the week, where you're supposed to just rest. No work, and just no work and no pleasure. Just rest. That's a day that we should, pray, do more praying. As a matter of fact, today is the 7th. Today is Wednesday, and it's the Sabbath day. It started last night. So 2 weeks ago, the new moon fell on a Tuesday evening. So from the new moon, 7 days later, you have the Sabbath, which is the next which will be the next Tuesday evening to Wednesday. So next week, Tuesday evening to Wednesday, you're going to have another Sabbath. I think this is the second one. So you have 4 Sabbaths. You have a new moon, then you have 4 Sabbaths, then you have another new moon. And the new moon normally comes either the next day after the Sabbath, like that next sundown, or it could be two days. Okay, so just you can go on Google, you can Google it when the Sabbath, that's the correct Sabbath is, or the correct new moon is, and that'll lead you towards keeping the Sabbath correctly on the correct day. But yeah, that's pretty much how you calculate when the Sabbath is. Now I'm gonna go to this other website. So let me read down a little bit. On this current website, livescience.com, it says the 7-day week originates from the calendar of the Babylonians, which in turn is based on the Sumerian calendar dated to the 21st century BC. 7 days corresponding to the time it takes for a moon to transition between each phase. So it's based off of the moon, but it's not based off of the new moons, like how the scriptures how you're supposed to do it according to the scriptures. Okay, it talks about how Jewish traditions, which is not Jewish traditions, it's Israelite traditions, also observe the 7-day week. Book of Genesis, we already read through that. All right, so this really started from the Babylonians, but the Romans named the days, and they, I believe, 5 of the 7 days are named after pagan gods. Here it is. The Romans also inherited this system from Babylonian tradition. Yeah, so the Romans took the Babylonian calendar and pretty much created their own. This is the other website, Wikipedia, and it goes into the Gregorian calendar. It says the Gregorian calendar is the calendar used in most parts of the world. It went into effect in October 1582. So this is fairly new. So you got the Gregorian calendar, which is what we keep today, as far as dealing with the world. And then you have the Roman calendar, which the names of the pagan god names were given for the days of the week. And then you have the measurements that came from the Babylonians. So everything. We really don't even know what year it is. We don't know what year it is exactly. People don't know exactly what day of the week is. Like, they don't know today is the first day of the week. They would say that it's Wednesday. No one knows that, because how this devil has come in and just changed everything. Daniel chapter 7 goes into that, how he changed times and seasons. Okay, so let's now go to Exodus. We're going to stay in Exodus. Let's get 31. It says, speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord Yahweh, that doeth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Okay, so it goes again into the 6 days you're supposed to work. The 7th you're supposed to, that's a day of rest. All right. Read down a little bit more. Okay, it's pretty much says the same thing. But yeah, the Lord was serious about these laws. He said, if you don't keep this day, you'll be put to death. Look what they did to Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus. He healed the man and told him to take up his bed. And they, they was like, why are you taking up your bed? It's a Sabbath. He was, and that's when they started blaming Yahweh Shah for a lot of things, righteous things that he did. But going back to this calendar, it shows you all the ancient calendars, Syrian calendar, all these different ancient calendars and what year they believe it to be. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of that. I pretty much made the point. Yeah, that's pretty much the point. So just to reiterate, check the. It's also important to follow the elders of Great Millstone as well, because they will let you know when the new moon is. Videos come out and they'll let you know, hey, the new moon is on this day. New moon is on that day. That way you can keep the Sabbath correctly according to the new moon. Also, you want to keep the new moon as it is a Sabbath. All right. So, the Lord put these things in place for a reason. Let's keep them to the best of our ability. And those that's going off, especially if you run into this video and it makes sense and you still, following behind these guys pushing these false doctrines, it's on you now. It's on you. It only made sense what the scripture said and what I brought out on the websites when everything was created. And hey, it's on you. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the day. I pray that this was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Dash. Double honor to my elders and apostles, Great Millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.